CLion, a cross-platform IDE for C and C++. Download now.
So hi everyone, I'm going to present you an open source project I've been working on for about 6 years now. We all use programming languages. Since we are here, we all use C++, like nearly every day, even in your sleep, maybe. And for me, it was kind of hard to understand how a programming language, a compiler, a lexer, parser, whatever, it was working. And I had some time to kill. I was in university, and I thought to myself, why not? I could try to make my own. And I stumbled on Peter Norvig Lisp.py. It's a small Lisp implementation in Python. And okay, I copied the code, it worked. What else? I didn't learn anything. So I just tried and translated the whole thing in C++. And again, it worked. So I took it as a ground for experimentation. And I had the crazy idea, because I was quite young at the time, it was already 6 years ago, to use this project, to use this language to replace like Lua or even Python as scripting languages for my project. It's a bit delusional, but you will see it's maybe working now. Why replace Lua or Python? They have C interfaces, and in my opinion, even though I'm not an expert, it's not really suitable when you're working with C++ because you need to bring the language and then an API on top, like Kaguya or something else, to make it C++-ish and easier to use. So I made this language, which is very small, only about 8,000 lines of code to fit the whole thing, compiler and virtual machine. And it's easy to understand. It's a Lisp-like, after all, so easy to parse, and it's just a fun ground for experimentation for me. At the beginning, it wasn't all that juicy. It worked, but it wasn't performant at all. And a few months in the project, I thought to myself, well, what is the hot pass? How can I optimize it? And so, wrong window. And so I just did benchmarks. And now on the 30 large benchmark, we can see on Python, we are nearly breaking even, nearly as fast as Python. But there are other languages like Lua, it's LuaJIT, and I can compete with Mike Paul. So Lua is like 7 times faster. So in a way, I achieved my goal of being performant and maybe replacing Python in my project. The project being so fun to work on, I just thought, well, yeah, it's working. It's a language with about 600 stars on GitHub. People seem to like it. People are using it in small projects for fun, hopefully not in production servers. And I went ahead and just completed challenges on Rosetta Code. And the language works really well. In terms of performance, as you saw, it was okay. And there are already 65 pages completed with different challenges. I'm hoping to be able to complete the 1,300 challenge by the end of the year, but I may be a bit delusional again. And now I'm just trying, alongside completing the challenges, to have as much test as possible, because it's a C++ project, but it's also a programming language, and I've stumbled on many programming languages that are working. Clang, I'm looking at you, even though you're a compiler, but I don't understand how it's tested. I don't understand why it works. And when you look at it, it's really hard to see how the error tested. No, how the something weird tested. You have no idea. So my goal with the project is to make a language that is easy to test. Here we have a bootstrap test that testing how to embed the language. You just create a state, then you do string to pass it some ArkScript code, or you can do file to load a file. And then you can run the virtual machine by giving it a reference to the state, and you have access to everything which was at the top level of the script, like the foo function. You can call the foo function with the argument and get a result from the ArkScript boolean. And you can try to get unknown variables. Well, of course, it will just return the nil value. And speaking about tests, you have all the test suites right there, about 1,000 tests right now, and I'm still working on pushing the project forward to have the best coverage possible and just kill nearly all the bugs. For the future, at least for this year, I will try to finish the import system rework. Before we had C processor-like things. Now we have more like a Java or Python import system, and also identify and fix as many bugs that are reported by fuzzers, because they are false positive also. And maybe finish completing the Rosetta Code challenges, if I can. So that's it. That's ArkScript.